Yo, what is up guys? Boy here, aka Blue Collar Sports TV. Hopefully you guys are well, hopefully you've had a good weekend. If you could smash the like on the video, it would be much appreciated. And if you're new here, if you could smash the subscribe button, it would really help me out. Now, Gervonta Tank Davis is in hot water once again. There has been footage of him basically putting hands on the mother of his child. It was at some charity basketball match. They had some type of altercation in which Gervonta Davis basically throttled the mother of his child and dragged her out of the arena essentially. And yeah, this video is getting a lot of traction online. A lot of people are up in arms about it, as you would expect. And yeah, Tank Davis is in the world of bother right now. And listen, what he did was disgraceful. There's no excuses for it. There's no defense for it. What he did was deplorable. There's no getting around that. Imagine treating the mother of your child that way. Christ knows how the kids are going to turn out. Absolutely disgraceful from Gervonta Davis. But I understand the outrage in response to this. I totally get it. But I really don't know why people sound so surprised. It was obvious for a long time that this guy was a complete and utter imbecile. It was obvious this guy was a train wreck waiting to happen. For all of those guys saying this guy is the next big thing, you can forget it. It's done. It's done. He's not going to be that guy. Yeah, of course he's going to have plenty more fights, but he's not going to go on to become that guy that you think he will. The guy's just not about it. He's a complete and utter train wreck. He really is. And I'm sure some people out there will try and find excuses for such behaviour, when in reality there is none. A lot of people will dish out the usual cliche excuses like, well, Tank Davis had a really hard upbringing. He was from a tough, rough place. You know, he had it really hard growing up. That's no excuse, man. Plenty of people in this world have had terrible starts in life, yet they still know right from wrong. They wouldn't pull anything like this. They live their lives like a normal, civilised human being. So for those people out there, you know, trying to alleviate responsibility from Tank Davis by, you know, dishing out the cliche excuses, just stop it. Grow up and stop it. Just get a backbone and take responsibility for your actions. But we live in an age now where responsibility really doesn't seem to matter. There's always some built-in excuse for terrible behaviour. I mean, take a look at social media, for example, or just life in general. I've noticed a lot of people these days will kind of tend to take the side of the criminal, and they almost act like the criminal is the victim in the whole thing. You know, like I say, you know, they'll bring up certain things like upbringing, background, things like that. They'll take the side of the criminal and paint them out to be the victim. And, you know, to further that, I think it might have been David Cameron. This was years ago, but there's a big thing going around about antisocial behaviour from younger sort of teenagers in the UK. And David Cameron's solution was basically a phrase called hug a hoodie. So not clamp down on antisocial behaviour, fighting, violence. Now give the cunt a hug. That'll sort it out. Absolutely ridiculous. No, take responsibility for your actions. Man up, shape up, get on with it. And listen, I'm not sitting here preaching from an all high and mighty position either. When I was 18, 19, I done some messed up shit. Now, I didn't pay the ultimate price for it. I was very, very, very lucky. But what I was doing still cost me relationships, friendships, and it really wasn't a productive time in my life. Like I say, this was when I was 18, 19. I would say it was like an 18-month period where I really was doing some dumb shit. But one day I just realised this really wasn't the life I wanted to be living. I knew right from wrong. I had no excuse to be behaving the way I did, to be doing what I was doing. I was raised extremely well by my parents, which I'm eternally grateful for, but I still branched off into the wrong crowd. And one day I just realised this really wasn't me. And I knew, like I say, I knew right from wrong. At the time when I was doing those things, I was just justifying it to myself, you know, making excuses in my mind for why I was behaving the way I was. But one day, you know, just snapped out of it, told myself to man up and get on with life in a productive way, you know. And that's all it really takes. You just need to take responsibility for your own actions. And usually it takes people to pay a big price before they come to that conclusion. And like I say, I was very lucky that I never really suffered the consequences of what I was doing, apart from like social implications. That was really it. So yeah, I count myself lucky that I did make that change, but you know, Tank Davis just doesn't seem to be the type of guy who will make that change. You know, to me, he's just a lost cause, to be quite honest. You know, the guy's a complete clown. He really is. And like I say, there's no excuse for his type of behaviour. I mean, I would hazard a guess and say Tank Davis has some real insecurities, because you'll tend to find most men who put their hands on women have some major insecurities, whatever they may be. I've been lucky, I've not really seen any domestic violence in my social circles, but what I have seen, that's what I've deducted from it. A lot of these guys who carry out these acts have some serious insecurity problems. And again, that's really not an excuse. That just highlights how much of a small man they are, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, enough about Tank Davis. That's my whole 2 cents on the situation. I could sit here and start raging and cussing, but I ain't going to waste my energy. I'm not going to sit here and rant and rave. You guys know that's not my style. But there are a few topics in this video that I would probably like to cover in other videos. You know, things like responsibilities and things like that. You know, maybe in the future we may touch on those sort of subjects. Like I said in a previous video a few days ago in regards to Deontay Wilder, I actually do want to start making some non-boxing related videos now and again, just to really change things up. Anyway, share your thoughts below and tell me what you think. Peace.